in terms of a win to start with? I mean, an exciting 2-point win that's quite important in terms of ladder position.
Yeah, they're all going to be important from here on in, but look, probably the way we played was the more pleasing thing. We probably didn't make the most of probably our dominance of the game at times, but to get away with a win was a good effort.
There was quite a few times in the game where you looked like you were capable of breaking it open, and even when Schloeth got his fourth goal early in the last quarter, it looked like you'd probably done enough to win. They kept coming, but really you probably were on top for a lot of the game. Yeah,
look, we thought we probably won most facets of the game for large periods, but really couldn't get the transfer that to real scoreboard pressure. So to their credit, they kept coming back, and probably halfway through the last quarter, they probably had a decision to make. Did they try and win, or did they just keep doing what they did? And they changed it up, and really went on the attack, and it got quite close. Yeah.
Started Hayden Schloeth. I think that's his second consecutive bag of 4 goals. Quite important for him to stand up, given that other people are out injured, or Corey Delolio was pretty quiet today, so important for Hayden to stand up.
Yeah, look, we're obviously all about sharing the load. Obviously, Saunders is not playing. We had Dell back today, and Pullman's out as well, so they're our 3 leading goal kickers. So, and Schloeth is obviously on the way back. He played a bit more midfield today and was still able to impact the scoreboard. So, look, we're really pleased.
How do you try to get more out of your tall forwards? Obviously, Pullman didn't play, Magumba went back. You tried Strongford, he couldn't get into the game, and Sellers struggling. How do you try to get your talls to have a bit more impact?
I think they're having an impact. There's more than just the scoreboard. I think that we look at, and they're certainly giving us a real contest. And I don't think they took too many marks in the back 50, so they're still having an impact. Obviously, we'd like them to impact the scoreboard a little bit, but they're working hard and playing their role, and we're pretty happy.
The role of your captain today, Ryan Cook's had, I think, 32 possessions and 15 marks and a whole heap of tackles. I mean, he was pretty inspirational.
Yeah, look, he's super. He's been very good for us all year. So, like as well as that, he probably spent most of the day head to head with Davis, and I thought he came out. I thought he was a really strong player for us. He was able to, obviously defend and help, but his ability to spread and push hard. He really led from the front.
The Hams boys probably don't get talked about a lot because we've seen them play so well for so long, but they just keep being your hardest workers and some of your best players every week, and again today they were both fantastic.
Yeah, look, they're really experienced players and smart and tough, and they can play back, forward, mid. So look, very lucky to have a couple of them. So yeah, definitely. But look, they certainly impacted the game, whether they're back or whether they're mid or whether they're forward, and they bounce between the two. So they were really good again.
How important is Marlon Pickett to run off half-back? He's just such a game breaker when he takes off and runs, and no one can go with him, and there's probably not another player in the competition like him. How important is he when he's up and going?
Oh, look, he's been a good player for us all year. He's had a really good year, and his ability, I guess, to break the lines is, really helps us. But to allow him, I guess, to do it, he's got, some pretty good players around him that help and that sort of stuff. It's a team game. They defend as a team and they attack as a team. So, I think they're defending and sort of building a pretty good bond down the back.
It's not something that's on your mind at the moment, but if an AFL club contacted you to get your opinion on if he was capable of playing AFL footy, what would you tell him right now?
Probably have a look at the tape for every game this year. I think he contributes a lot more than he doesn't. So, look, he's been fantastic for us, and he's a great kid. So,
do you think he's capable of taking that next step?
He's got all the attributes.
Yep.
Brock Higgins, an unheralded player, a ruckman, but just goes out and does his job each week, and he's an honest contributor.
Look, he's a competitor, and he just wants to win and bash and crash, and apart from his ruck work, his ability to run and try and put pressure on the smalls from the opposition and just compete and help his teammates. Look, he's had a really consistent year for us. Yep.
By now, how do you approach it?
Yeah, look, we've obviously had a plan in place all year, so we'll train Tuesday, Thursday, and then come back in Monday following and start preparing pretty hard.
Who have you got first up? Sorry.
Claremont to come, and then that's another game against a side around the same mark. So it's another one of those games that's almost an 8-point game given the closeness of the competition.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you said it was Claremont because I probably couldn't have told you. But it is such a close comp that we really just concentrate hard on the week ahead and not too far ahead. I mean, coaches say it all the time, but you just can't get too far ahead, or you get bitten on the bum pretty quick.
Dragovic, how did he look?
I'm not sure. He got a knock to the knee, so I think he'll have a scan, but we're not sure. We're hopeful.
Might he just a Corby?
I think so. Yep.
Would you be hopeful Ben Saunders might be available for the Claremont game? Or
I would doubt it. No, I would doubt he'd be available. We'll see, hopefully. He's progressing pretty well, but considering he's missed, a chunk and then gone out injured again, if he was available, he'd certainly play in the early game.
Thank you. Thanks, Todd.
No worries.